All right, what is really the difference between a 1900 like myself and Carson J who is 1564? Let's play e4 and yeah, we're both going to be just explaining our thought process and hey, maybe the 1500 can pull an upset here.
And then we're going Scandinavian. But I don't play a normal Scandinavian because that's no fun. If he takes, I bring the knight out immediately. And my hope is to trade knights here on d5.
And we see knight f6. I don't have a lot of prep in this, but I've been exploring a little bit of lines with bishop to e2. Point is, if they take, I'm going to play d4, and then we're going to try and play c4.
Don't ask me why. It was suggested by a friend a long time ago, and it's what I do now. Now, I will say, I don't think I've ever faced bishop e2 on move 2 before. So I don't know what the heck that is. But it does make me want to play queen here, threatening this. But I feel like he'd just go there, and then I'd move the queen all the way back. So maybe I start off with knight takes, and then I'm going to bring out the other knight and the bishop.
And I just like to be annoying because most times you play knight f3, and they like to bring out the bishop and pin. So I like to try and avoid that. And I feel like we already have them thinking a little bit. So yeah, they take. Now I could play this move, but I think I'm going to start with d4 because they might have been able to go here, which we don't want.
This works better when we trade knights in the middle. Is to castle queenside and start pushing these pawns. We're going to start off with bringing this knight out. Just move this one back. If he goes there, we're going to dance the knight around to here.
And I can already push if I want. I don't know if it's that great though. There is an attack on this, so we probably should develop. But I could also just push. If the knight jumps in, is there a threat? I don't really see it. So let's actually just push. d5 can't be that bad of a move. And of course, if they come to the center, then we're just going to develop our knights and it should be pretty pleasant.
Here, and then come around. If I go there, am I at threat of this at all? I don't think so, because I can block with the bishop. By going here, I'm also threatening this pawn. So let's start with that. With the goal of coming here, need to remember this. But as soon as I get a chance, I need to push the e-pawn.
Yeah, so they come to the center. It's attacking the pawn. The pawn's fine. We could think about even playing some kind of f4 ideas. Really kicking around the knights. But I don't like it. I think we're just going to play very solid. We control the center. Let's just develop our knight. Maybe even bishop here to attack the knight is also a good move. And this pawn's also protected tactically at the moment. If this bishop were to move, knight takes, check on the king, and the knight wouldn't be able to block, so that's also something to be very cautious of.
That's letting me get this. Oh, I totally didn't see the bishop. Well, I'm glad I didn't take. I like that. But he can just push the pawn, and then I've got to move. That does push the pawn in front of his king, and his queen side is fairly weak. So maybe I wouldn't mind that. If I go there, he takes. I take with the knight. I'd probably take with this knight, actually. Gets my bishop developed.
f3, I mean, it's such a weakening move. I also don't have to do anything. I could kick them away and force them to take me. But if I go here and they go back, well, that's a free piece, so. I'm going to play h3 here. If bishop takes, they think that they have this pawn. They don't. Right? They might be thinking that they win a free pawn here. And if this, we can take, and take. And of course, if we see this move, I'm happy to develop my knight.
Cannot play slowly here. Fianchettoing is also a good idea. I still want to keep this option. Okay, do I want to take this bishop? See, I'm not sure if I do, but I also don't think I want to bring it back or go here. I don't want to cover that square that the knight can go to. I think this is probably the better move. So let's go there, and if he pushes this pawn forward, I'll just go back to d7. I've got 3 pieces developed, but I've got no space.
Okay, so they slide back. That makes sense. Maybe I develop my bishop before putting the knight out. Because you can't really protect this in that great of a way. So, yeah, I'm going to bring out my bishop. The knight's under attack. How do you defend it? And then I'll develop and castle, and I think we might have a decent position. Okay, instead they go there. Which I kind of missed that idea. Maybe bishop all the way back is going to be good. We control the center nicely. I'm just wondering if there's any... No, we should probably play bishop h2. Let's stay on this very long diagonal.
And the next move, I push the pawn. Although now if he takes, I just take with this. I don't love that. It would be nice to have a knight here to try to get there. Could push the queen to castle this way. Got this. Nothing really comes of it. Here. Gosh, yeah, what am I doing? All my pieces are stuck. This is why I'm learning the French. Because I don't love this opening. I think I just got to push this pawn. And if he takes, I take back there, and I've got an isolated pawn, but at least I'll be able to get the bishop out.
And then we'll develop our knight. Maybe go knight d4. We can play b3 at some moment. Just really solidifying everything. Now they're going to want to do something like this at some moment. On that, I think I would go check. I'm not so sure though. Because then just like queen d7. I don't want to trade. But he should definitely strike in the center. Yeah, there it is. So if I were to take, he can take. Also just develop. If this takes... Pawn sacrifice. Maybe. Could be on table. Probably not though. Check. Queen up. Takes. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Bishop takes. Nah. I don't love it. The bishop's also almost trapped. Like, what if I go here to start? Ooh, actually, wait a second. I don't think the bishop has any moves. If I go g4, takes. Yeah, g4. I guess they have this square. Takes, knight takes. I think we can have g4. Let's go g4.
He's attacking the bishop I've got here. If take. Yeah, that doesn't feel bad to me. I don't feel like there's really a way for me to lose a piece here because... Oh, actually, I guess he could push that pawn. In which case I am kind of stuck out of luck. If he pushes that pawn, I could take... This sucks. I guess the question now is, how do I want to lose a piece? And which piece? Is there a way for me to threaten something of his? I don't think so. So I think this is my best option. Just have him extend his pawns out. Whoa, he just takes that. Doesn't f3 trap the bishop? Does he have something else planned here? Because now I can get the knight there like I wanted.
I mean, he has to come forward. Knight takes. I could go here, knight back, push. Knight goes here. And then I could take. Ooh, okay. So bishop e4, knight takes, f3. We have to be careful of this diagonal. So maybe that doesn't quite work. Bishop here, knight takes. Check, queen up. Maybe here to attack this pawn. And then try to long castle. And just say like we have pretty strong bishops. Develop the knight. Yeah, so there's the move. He has to play that. Knight takes, of course. Knight takes. And yeah, I think we just go check. King here can't be a good move. So let's go check. Also, wait. No, we might be able to force the knight back too. If queen here, queen takes, not check, sorry. Push. Knight can go here though, as well. King up? There's no way that that's a good move.
Do I have to block the bishop back in again? Hey, Pax, stop being so mean. Bishop is still blocked. If he does something like this or this, I just go back. I guess if he does that, I could go here. Material's still even. So maybe he'll just take that. If he does, I've got this check, which I don't think leads to anything. But it's a funny check for him to allow.
So I have this immediately to take the pawn. I can also do this, but then my king's going to get stranded. I could long castle right now. Long castles walks into a fork. I could also go here first. Now that there's never any of the queen checks. Maybe we push the pawn. Get the knight out of there so there's not a fork. So going here attacks this right away, but blunders the pawn. Let's go f3.
Got a lot of game left to play. Okay, so should I go here now? He's got this pin, which that could turn ugly. I do need to move this guy though. Just go here. Don't mind that. There he's forced to move the queen. And if he does pin, I've got this, or I've even got this. There, here, that. Taking. Taking's probably stupid, right? We're gonna go here. I like that move. I haven't seen anything horribly wrong with it yet.
I missed that move. Okay, then we'll go queen c2, I think. Because if I go here, I mean, he's gonna move the king, and then there's discovery attacks. I don't love it. So I'm gonna go queen to c2. Pawn takes. We will castle. b4 even seems good too. Oh my gosh. This is the position I thrive for. Probably didn't play this the best, but that's okay.
Okay, he's moving the queen far away. Can we just take here? Take, take. Take, take, take. This. Here. See, I hate opening the king up this much. But I think this wins us a pawn. If I could get this knight into the game, it'd be fantastic. But that hasn't happened yet. Better than the bishop, though. Suddenly, I feel like we're not doing that bad. Really, I would like to get the queen out here doing something. Help us to move the king back here. You know, do this so that we can get the king here. Alright, we're now just playing a blitz game. Both of us at 3 minutes.
Okay, so he takes in the center. So if I were to castle, can he push? Technically. Technically. Also, if I go here, queen takes. Maybe I can go here. Force the knight to go somewheres. Pawn's protected. This, I'll be able to go check. So like if I castle and he pushes, we go b4. Knight here. And we can play queen to e4, threatening to... No, we wouldn't be threatening to take. Maybe we start with b4. b4, knight here. I want a castle as well. I'm just going to castle. Let's get our king safe. Ish. It's not actually that safe, but we're going to lie to ourselves right now.
Oh, you know what? Something I missed. Yeah, what if he just puts the rook right there? I feel like my best option is probably to push the pawn. Now I obviously can't take. I push the pawn, he can go there, and then I wouldn't mind trading queens. This bishop is so annoying. Okay, down to 3 minutes. Can't spend forever on each move. We're pushing the pawn. Then I've got this protecting the pawn as well. I might be able to just run the king over here. Hey, nice. Do I want to trade that? I mean, I'm up a pawn. It's not enough for a ton to happen. If I do trade here, I can go this pawn there. Protect this. He's got these checks, but I can run.
Yeah, let's go here with the bishop. If he takes, I'll take back. Plan to bring this, and his king's just in the center. Like, he can't really do much about that. And if he tries to do that, we have check to keep him out of that. Take with the queen. King here, we can go... Okay, so he has a protected pass pawn, of course. But for one, I can go check. King here, check. And let's not forget about this bishop. Hold up, wait a minute. Check. Only move is this, and then we have check. Is that checkmate? Oh my gosh. No, it's not checkmate. He's gonna run here. So king here, check, king here. There's no mate though. Why is there no mate? Yeah, is there even a point in giving this check? I don't think there's even a point in giving the check. Somehow there's just like no mate. Because you can run here. Check, king here, check. Okay, let's get our last piece in the game. That's fine.
Oh shoot, if I go there, that's checkmate. Oh crap, hang on. Is that checkmate no matter what? Hold on a second. How is... Okay, no, it's not checkmate. I can run up to c6. I freaking hate that. But it keeps us alive. Does he have a different plan? Got to check here. Probably doesn't do too much, but something good to remember. It gets our queen activated quickly. Should I go ahead and take the check? Since he didn't go queen here, this also just stops the queen from going there. Then I can get this bishop kind of developed as well. Oh wow, is he wanting to take here? I do not like that. So what if we move back to this? So that if he takes, we can take with the queen.
This bishop's so strong. And we're probably looking at some sacrifices here. King's cut off. Yeah, he goes there. Knight here, I think. Can't take due to the pin, and we're trying to play this.
Let's bring this rook out. Then we can get over to there.
He goes back. Now let's come in with a check. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just trade now. It's fine.
I think we're still doing okay. He's under a minute. We got this. He takes, I'm taking. That's the right move, right? Yeah. That's not a threat. That's not a threat. That's a threat. No, it's not. I've got a pawn. But if he takes here, then that's a threat. But if he takes the pawn, I can just go over to here.
And do I want to actually start taking pawns? Push here. Okay, let's just take a pawn. I need to move quick. Now, if we can... Ooh, this is actually a very, very big threat.
I think that's the better move, which I hate. Just blocking this rook in like that. Especially because he can do this now. Wow. But we run.
Also, the king is in a mating net. Let's go check. King moves. And now let's just try to double up or something.
Oh. I gave him the pin.
Trying to play this. Sacrifice one of the rooks now. Yeah, now he's in a lot of trouble. 30 seconds is more than enough time. We take with check.
He gets a take with check. That check doesn't work, right? Maybe it does.
And let's go check. Take. Checkmate. Okay, GG. That was an interesting game, to say the least.
He's got me. Oh, with 37 seconds left. Dang it, Apex. Good game. I for sure was winning that somewhere. Or not winning, but had it safe-ish. Ew. 8 mistakes. Gosh, Apex, both of us suck. Look at you with 64% accuracy. My first mistake was the bishop. Before that, we were good. I should have just pushed this pawn. I didn't think about how much I needed the bishop to be able to push the pawn. Bringing it out there, he could just attack it too much. Yeah, just bring the bishop back, Carson. And then I pushed the pawn. Just let him trap it. But I am curious here. He could have just, he could have pushed the pawn and won the bishop. But he didn't do that, which then gave me another fighting chance. I didn't even see blocking with the queen. Blocking with the queen was so much of a better move. Okay, I'm glad that knight move was right. Should not have taken the pawn. Okay, it still just wants me to move the king back down. What was this mistake here? Really? Ah, but he missed that queen check also. Man, Apex, that's 2 moves that I saw that you didn't. Yeah, I can't talk that much smack. He beat me. Bishop there was a big mistake. Yeah, because it just let him get everything in. Really, it wanted me to just... Oh, I guess because he doesn't really have the pin. Because I could win the queen. Or we would just trade queen, so that makes sense. Yeah, that was a nice knight move. Give me another chance. What should I have done? Push the pawn once. And then that knight move, I played that move way too quickly. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah, I should have just gotten the king out of there so that I could move the queen. Yep, he pinned. He took with check, another check, and check. Checkmate. That was a good game, Apex. Well played, dude.